Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Primer is Best, and I'm going to start this 1978 Chevy C10 truck that goes by the name of Billy James. I will tell you in advance, I haven't started it in a couple of weeks. So, it's been a while. Check my glue traps, they're good. I got my piece of metal in here. I'm going to explain some things about round headlight trucks that you might find interesting. I don't know, we'll see. I'll give it a couple of pumps. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how quick this thing started. This is a really, really good truck. And it turned out better than I ever thought it would. Let it warm up for just a minute if you don't care sitting here with me. If you're new to the channel, I'll just kind of show you around the truck. I got these gauges down here. I actually believe this gauge works. The bolts, oil pressure does not. The clock works, but I'm not sure if the hands move. The second hand does. I don't think the temperature does. That's why I got these down here. Man, I tell you what, my friend GM1038 on YouTube, you got to check him out. Please subscribe to his channel, because as of this video, if he's not already started working on my 66 C10 truck, he's fixing to. I just got off the phone with him a few minutes ago, and he said he's anxious to get started on it and get the 66 truck up on its feet. It's a 66 fleet side short bed truck, factory short bed, but it's sitting on a 71 Chevy truck frame, so it's 5-lug, disc brakes already, and it already runs, but there's a lot of adjusting and stuff on the body parts. My understanding is the guy that was fixing the truck, I don't know if his health issues, I don't know if he had health issues or what. I can't remember the story on it, but anyway, he got the best parts he could find, and so the truck is really solid for a 66. And I'll try to include some pictures of it at the end of this video if I can remember to do it. Okay, I'm going to pause this for just a minute so I can back this truck up. It's kind of tricky, and I'll show you. I'll continue on the video. Hang on, guys. Okay, I finally got it out here where I wanted it. My truck was out here in the back, and it's kind of tricky to get in this garage. Anyway, I know I've explained that before. I'll show you around the truck real quick. If you just found this video, or you might find it informative, I don't know. I think I've done a video like this maybe a year or two ago. I'm not for sure. This truck's name's Billy James. I always name my vehicles. Some people do, some people don't. My wife and I, Mrs. PIB, that stands for Primer is Best. My wife and I, we kind of name them so we know which truck we're talking about. There's been times when all my garages, including the backyard and the driveway, be full of Chevy trucks. I'm a Chevy truck nut, I guess. Mostly nut. Just show you around the truck. And this truck kind of reminds me a little bit of that 66 C10 truck I was telling you about. Please subscribe to his channel, GM1038. His name is Brian. Tell him you heard about him from Primer is Best. It took 8 trucks to do this truck. So by the 66 that you will be seeing, hopefully I can remember putting pictures at the end of this video. You might like 66. You might like that body style. I never have had one before until I bought this one. So, the 66, I mean. So, anyway, you might find it interesting, and Brian's a real good guy anyway. Today, I thought I'd talk to you real quick. Let this run for just a minute. And my airplane's fixing to go by. I don't have a plane, but every time I start a video, a plane flies over. What I was going to talk about today, just briefly, is if you're thinking about buying a lot, what got me to thinking about this video, making this video, is because I was on a, let's see, what was it, marketplace, you know, some C10 something. Let me turn this off so you can hear me a little bit better. Then I'll continue. Yeah, there goes my plane. I was on this C10 site, and there was a 16-year-old boy that said he had a question, and he said, if you was, he's thinking about buying a square body truck. Would you, if you was him, he was asking the question, and a legitimate question, if you was him, would you buy a C10 truck, or say like a newer model like this 2003 Cat Eye truck I have? What would you do? And the majority of the response was, you know, that he's still in high school, so he can learn all the things he can, you know, while he's still young. And by the time he's 18 or 20 or whatever, he should know everything about a square body. I mean, you know, but I got to think about that, and I thought, you know, it'd be nice if somebody showed him some spots that are prone to rusting that someone else, not me, but someone else might cover up. You know, rust issues, or, you know, things to look for. So I thought I'd do a video today, just real quick, short video. I'm hoping if I shut up long enough and get to it. What to look for if you're buying, especially in my case, a round headlight truck. Hang on, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Well, we can start at the front. That plane's not going to leave, is it? I've had a lot of square bodies, a lot of square bodies in my lifetime. I'm 66. So I've had quite a few over the years, probably not as much as most people, but as some people, but I've had quite a few. Kind of look around in the hood here. Reason I say that is because I've had a couple of hoods that mice, the problem I have is mice get up in here and they den up, you know, have a nest back in here, and it makes this rust from, I guess, from urine, from mice. It's my understanding now, I'm not no veterinarian or anything, I'm not a big fan of mice, period, because they're very destructive, ruin everything, but it's my understanding they urinate constantly, just, you know, just walk around urinating. So I've had a couple of hoods, 2 or 3, that the hoods would rust. Keep in mind, as I'm showing you this truck, it's took 8 trucks to do this, and I know this hood is not the right one for this truck. This is a 79. You can tell that because it has this. A regular, earlier model hood would not have this, but I don't care. This truck's pieced together anyway. So, what else to look for that I know of as far as rust issues? This one's pretty good. It's lived in East Tennessee its whole life. That's where I live, East Tennessee. Round headlight trucks. Some people like round headlight trucks over square headlight trucks. To me, I like them both. I own both. I still have an 84 C10 truck. It goes by the name of Left Turn Bill. And you can watch my videos, you can see it. Maybe I'll do a video on it after this one and show you what to look for on them. Best that I can. I'm not an expert. It's just my opinion. So, okay, on this truck right here, a lot of times I start here. Now I don't know if you can see this. Now I want to get back so you can see the sun, or let the sun hit it. Right in here will rust. I don't know why, but this one's good. This one's good. No rust. Let's see. And sometimes rust down in here. Now I'm telling you this, once again, I'm just telling you this because there are times that people will try to cover stuff up and resell it. I know that. So I'm trying to give you kind of like a heads up. If you're a new person to this C10 Chevy trucks, look at the doors, look at the bottom of the doors. This one's dirty, but there's no rust. Look at your rocker panels. Like here. See, these have been replaced. Got these done at Gas X Chop Shop. New rocker panels put in. And the cab corners, these were replaced at Gas X Chop Shop. Tim Dixon, Gas X Chop Shop. He's on Facebook. His name is Tim Dixon. And he done a lot of metal work on this truck for me. He's on Facebook. Just type in Gas X Chop Shop and you'll see some of the trucks that I've had over there. Lots of them over the years. I've known Tim for years. Be sure to check your floor pans. I know this truck's good. When it comes to the bed, sometimes they rust out in here. Here. See, I got a little bit of bubbling right there, just a little. I don't know if you can see that or not. Sorry guys, I'm an old man and hard for me to get up and down. A little bit of bubbling, that doesn't bother me at all. I'm into patina style, if you did not know. Kind of show you around. Stuff to look for. This is a pretty solid truck. On the tailgate, down in this area, that they'll rust. And of course the bottom of the tailgates. I've rattle can painted this truck. I did not do all this. This bed came off of a custom deluxe. This is a Cheyenne. So if you're wondering why the trims, I have new trim for the truck. Just don't have it put on yet. It's at GM 1038. You need to subscribe and you won't miss nothing. But this is a Cheyenne truck and this bed's off of a custom deluxe. So someone else painted the bed. And that's probably what saved his life. I don't mind that at all. Let's see. Trying to show you there's some drain holes in these tailgates to let the water go out. Here's a big one right here. That's what I was feeling of at the bottom. I thought maybe I better show you what I'm doing. I'm going to shut this. What else? Oh, here's a prime example. Now this is the only rust that I know on this truck. I've had everything else fixed. I want to see if Tim Dixon I'm hoping Tim will fix it sometime soon. If not, I'll come up with something. But I'd like to get that fixed. And that's another thing about Chevy C10 trucks. If you're thinking about buying one, I'm just giving you some information you might find useful. I don't know. If not, well, wasted my time on a... Now see, this is this piece that goes here. I bought this whole piece just so we could cut this out and put in here. Now you can find, that's the thing about C10s, you can find just about any part you want. But they are getting higher and higher, the parts, I mean, for these things. These trucks seem like they keep going up in value. And that's another thing I was going to tell you. If you buy a C10 truck, Chevy C10 truck, doesn't have to be a square body. Just make sure you do your homework and ask around like that one. I really admire that young man. He was 16, like I said, and he's wanting to buy his very first vehicle. He's considering one of these, which in my opinion is a wise decision. Once again, rockers. And I don't cover nothing up on my stuff. These well scars and stuff that you see, I like it. I like it. It tells a story. So had to put new rockers in. Of course, like I showed you, the doors. This has a little rust right here, but I don't mind that. That's not done nothing to me. Look on the bottom of your doors. Fenders. I'm sure I'm leaving out some spots, and I see there's a little bit of rust right there, but it's not bad. I mean, I've had them where you can put your fist through. I don't mind that. I'm sorry for the plane, guys. He just flies right over this house constantly. Starts early in the mornings. And let's see. I'll try to get myself down here. New floor pan. Check all these things. Just look under, if you're thinking about buying one, I hope I got this in the right spot, because this truck's been lowered and it's hard for me to see everything. But yeah, bracing, check the braces. Of course, check your frame. Preferably get a truck that's been in the south. Of course, there's some spider webs here and there, but that's okay. I'll just show you the truck best that I can. But this is a really solid truck. And it's took me a long time to get it like this. But yeah, it's a pretty good running truck. I like it. And just search around, look for places, guys, like around your windshield, stuff like that. In my opinion, if you're gonna try to get a C10 truck, just get the best that you can afford to get. You know, you'll be way ahead. To find a real nice one, to find a real nice square body, you're going to pay for it. And I mean pay for it. From what I see on prices on like Marketplace and stuff, none of this stuff is cheap. And some of the people on Marketplace, when I'm looking, you know, just looking around, they say, if you're scared of rust, get out of this ad. You know, meaning don't look no more, because it's going to have rust. They're just prone to it. I don't know why, but the round headlight trucks, I know they're older than a square headlight truck. I know that. But it just seems like the round headlight trucks are more prone to rust issues. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard it was because of the metal that they used. And Toyota did this too. I had a friend of mine years ago bought a brand new, I think it's a 78 or 79, might have been an 80 model, 81 Toyota pickup truck, brand new, here in East Tennessee. And it wasn't long to it started rusting. The bed was rusting, and they said it was the way they prepped it. Now, I don't know if that's true. I know these trucks are prone to rust, and this truck's lived in here in East Tennessee its whole life. And you know, you just gotta look. Now, if you can find one, if you're not scared of rust, and you another thing I would suggest doing, before you lay down money to get one, of course, make sure it's got a good title. But anyway, you know, check around at some of your friends or local body shops or mechanics. If you're like me and you're not a mechanic, I'm not a mechanic. I mean, I can do oil changes and stuff. As far as pulling an engine out and, you know, rebuilding it and put it back in, I can't do it. I've helped people with my stuff to pull engines out and put engines back in, several of them. But I mean, I don't know the specs or nothing on an engine or a transmission or nothing like that. Find somebody that's a good body man that can weld. It's an honest person. It's not going to take you for a ride, you know. And sorry for the plane, guys. You know, just that's the reason I say buy the best you can. With, you know, save up your money, buy the best square body or whatever kind of C10 truck you like. Get the best one you can afford. You'll have a lot of decisions. Do you want a square headlight? Do you want a long bed? Do you want a short bed? Do you want a round headlight? You know, do you want a, I don't know, 68 through 72? Do you want a, I don't know, 66 like I got? You know, there's a lot of C10s out there. Just go through the internet or get you a parts book, the catalog. They'll send them to you for free a lot of times. And, you know, you can kind of look through it there and, heck, just see how much prices are. You know, if you think you found one, look on the internet or something, LMC or some of these other places that sells C10 truck parts, and just say, just look and see, well, I know I'm going to have to replace a fender. How much is that? I know I'm going to need this patch down here at the bottom of the fender. How much is that? Just kind of look around. And if you're like me, I mean, I'm telling you what, I'm really blessed with some good friends. So with this particular truck, I mean, I had Tim Dixon do the metal work, and GM 1038, him and his dad put 2 motors in this truck and 2 transmissions. When I got this truck, it was going for scrap. And if I didn't have them friends, the friends that I have, I never would have bought the truck. It'd still be sitting in a field just junked. So, I mean, there wasn't no motor and transmission. And like I said, it's took 8 to get it to this point. I know y'all's probably laughing at me. Well, you big dummy, you could have bought one. Yeah, probably, but I can't go out, and just put down X amount of dollars for one that's already done this way. I can't afford it. I have to do little bit. But get the best one you can afford. And anyway, make sure you have some friends in the body shop that can do metal work or something for you if it needs it. Make sure you have a good mechanic. If you want to lower it, like this one's been lowered, it's all in preference. If you like stock height, whatever, keep it that way. It's fun. They ride good. This one rides good, even though I had it lowered. And just do your due diligence, I guess. And just make sure that you're, getting what I would rather see. This is how I am, okay? I'm looking at this thing right now. I see all these weld scars. There's scars, here, there, and everywhere on this old truck. And, I'm not hiding nothing. One of these days, which I don't care if I ever sell it, but if one of these days somebody is interested in this truck, I mean, I'm not hiding nothing. Yeah, I rattle can painted it. It was born white. I painted it white. I have fun with them. I don't get them, perfect and then put them in the garage scared to drive them. I've had that before. And every time I get one like that, somebody tries to pull out in front of me or whatever. And I've had that happen before. I've had to lock it up several times. Try to keep from having accidents. But, make sure you got to, like I said, a good person that's good with metal work, putting in metal for you, do exhaust, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things to consider, but I don't know what you're getting. Hopefully you won't get nothing like what I just got, or get most of the time, junk that nobody else wants, and fix it up from there. But I enjoy doing this. I enjoy hanging out with my friends that are doing this for me. So just do the best you can. And, if you have any questions, I'll try to help you. Another thing is insurance, antique insurance, for example. Like I got antique insurance on this, and left turn bill in the backyard, the 84 C10 short bed truck, and I got antique insurance on the 66. There's limitations on things you can do with them. I mean, you can just go so far. If it's going to be a daily driver, make sure you have plenty of good insurance for it, and make sure that, I don't know, disconnect the battery every time if you're going to leave it for a while or something, just to make sure that, nobody walks away with or tries to steal it. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Things to consider. Theft. And, I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there that, I wish somebody would have told me. I've never had that happen yet. Hope I never do. But, it is something you got to contend with. I was at the rod run in Pigeon Forge one year in the fall rod run. They have a spring and a fall. And a whole bunch of Camaros was lined up. Just every one of them. Just lined up. 67 through 69. There's probably 10, 12, if not more, I guess. And somebody went with a key or a knife or something, screwdriver or something, and just went down each one of those Camaros, just ruined the paint job. Ruined it. Just walking by. I don't know if they got mad because they couldn't have one, or if they tried to buy one and couldn't afford it, or I mean, who knows? I don't know why people are like they are. I honestly don't. That's why I'm kind of into this. If somebody scratches this or whatever, it ain't going to matter to me. I'll just paint it. It's no big deal. When you get something really nice, that's something that you got to contend with. But for your first vehicle, I got off topic, didn't I? Squirrel, that means I got off topic. Do your due diligence. I'll get that out here in a minute. And, you know, check for parts. See, go around some of the local body shops and talk to people and say, hey, is this guy here good? This woman that does body work, whatever, are they good? And look at some of their work. Look at some of the mechanics' work, you know, and just check and see if it's all talk, which I've been done that way before, all talk, or if they can actually do it. That's just my 2 cents worth on it, I guess, and probably ain't worth 2 cents, but you know, if I can help somebody, I will. I'm just that way, and I hope I guess I've talked long enough, but just do the best you can. Get the best one you can afford. That's my suggestion. If you're like me, you know, maybe you can find one it's already up and going. And if they said just rebuilt the motor in it or just rebuilt the transmission, drive it and make sure it doesn't have a ding, ding, ding or beep, beep or whatever. You know, make sure the transmission shifts. Make sure the motor's not knocking. Make sure it's got good oil pressure. You know, things such as that. That's just my 2 cents worth, I guess. And make sure all the things work on it. If you're going to drive it every day, you're going to have wipers. Make sure the wipers work. Make sure the heater works. If nothing else, you're going to have defrost and wipers if you're driving it every day. Sooner or later, it's going to rain. Sooner or later, it's probably going to get cold. So, I mean, just little things. Just do your very best and buy the best truck that you can. Hopefully, you know, from somebody that you know, or that's the thing. Tell some friends that you know, family members, hey, I'm looking for one of these. Do you have a friend that might have one for sale that's an honest person? Sometimes those kind of people are hard to find, but if you can get one, you know, recommendations, that kind of helps too. Anyway, I'm just pretending like for just a minute that I'm 16 again, which has been many, many, many years ago. And that, you know, maybe somebody's trying to help me, for example. If I'd have known these trucks was going to take off like they are, you know, well, of course, hindsight's 20/20, but, you know, I'd have bought Camaros and Chevelles. I've had a Camaro and Chevelles, but, I mean, these square bodies, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but it just seems like they took off, and it's kind of hard to find one now that's in, like I said, if you do find one, you're going to pay for it. So, I don't know. Do the best you can, guys. If you have any questions, I'll try to help you best that I can. Just look around some of the places I told you to for rust. And the thing about these is you can just about buy any kind of part that you want. You can probably build a whole dang truck if you have enough money. Of course, I do not. But, you know, I get my stuff, try to find it used on Marketplace or Craigslist or whatever. Is anybody going on Craigslist? Yeah, people go on Craigslist. But yeah, I just try to do the best I can, you know, because I like this hobby. But, you know, it's getting where you got to be, unless you can do it yourself. If you're 16 and you're thinking about getting one of these things, get in auto body, get in auto mechanics, get your truck in there and start pedaling with it, you know, working on it, whatever. That's another thing. If I had to do over again, I would have took auto body and auto mechanics. I would have. My dad, I know I've told y'all this before. My dad was a businessman, and he wanted me to follow in his footsteps because he had a successful life, in business management. So I took business management in college. I'm not blaming him. Don't get me wrong. He was doing the best he could by me, and I was trying to honor his wishes. But my whole life, ever since I was born, seems like 2 years old or whatever, I always had a toy car or truck in my hand, and I've always loved cars and trucks. So if you have that same passion, take auto mechanics, take auto body, and learn things maybe you could do it yourself. You might even make a successful living at it. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Anyway, I've talked long enough, guys. I know this video is quite long, and it's turned out longer than I ever thought it would be. So I appreciate you watching. I'm just trying to help. That 16-year-old just kind of stuck in my heart there, and I thought, I know he'll never see this video, but maybe there's another 16-year-old or 15-year-old or 17-year-old, who knows, 22-year-old. It's still not too late. But I'm 66, and you know, I just use my friends. They're friends, and I have some really, I'm blessed with some really good friends, outstanding friends. And anyway, once again, thanks for watching. You're watching Primer at its Best, and my name is Jimmy. I hope that you'll subscribe to the channel, and I think I'll try to remember the next time I do a video, I'll get the 84 C10 truck I have, a left turn bill out, and we'll go around it. It's not as prone to rusting as, in my opinion, as the round headlights, but the round headlights are beautiful trucks. So are the square headlights. I like them both. I can't pick one over the other. But there was a time in my life when the 73 square bodies came out. I mean, I just walked right by them. I never even looked. I mean, yeah, I looked at them. They were brand new trucks. I got to drive my dad's company truck. You know, it didn't have many miles on it. I had to go pick up something or deliver something or something. Something. I don't know. Anyway, I was in that truck. It had a lot of power. It was a 350 automatic, and but I mean, I never thought too much about it. I mean, it's just, there's no Chevy work truck, but I don't know what's happened to me. But now, if I see a square body, if there's a pretty woman over here and a square body over here, ping, I'm on the square body. Rest of it, I don't care. The square bodies are, you know, Chevy C10 trucks, Chevy trucks in general. My eyes are focused on them. I want to see what somebody's done to it and what it looks like. I'm just that way, but been that way all my life. I'm sorry, squirrel. I'm also on Facebook, Primer at its Best, and Instagram, Primer at its Best. Have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. That is me. Man on a Budget. Jimmy is Man on a Budget. I'm also